What's up, guys? It's your homeboy, Cowboy Crunk, your war daddy, coming to you from Magnolia, Texas. Um, Big game this week. Hoping to go 3-0. We're kind of expecting that. The Dolphins have looked horrible this year. Cowboys are looking extremely different. For us to see on ESPN and these fantasy leagues, to see them having Dak Prescott as the number one pick at quarterback this week, start him, list him as number one, is really crazy because that's something we haven't really seen. Part of this is, of course, you guys know, with the new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore there, the offense has looked quite a bit different. The biggest thing to me is I think our offensive line is solid, and we've only seen one sack by Dak, given up by Dak Prescott for 8 yards. Last year we had 56 sacks for the season. You divide that by 16, you're looking at like 3.8 sacks per game or something like that. I did the numbers earlier, but you're looking at like 3.8 sacks a game. We've had one sack in 2 games. We're looking at 8 sacks for the season if we keep this statistic going at the current rate. That's almost impossible. That's incredible. So that's a big part of it, is we're keeping Dak clean, we're keeping him upright, and he's not scrambling out of need. When he does take off to run, there's the planned RPOs that we've done, and there's been a couple plays where there was possibly a coverage issue. Dak drops back 3-4 seconds in the pocket, nothing's there, and he's taken off and ran a couple times as well. So that's what we're seeing right now. A big change is the offensive line. Travis Frederick's back. The guys are fairly healthy. Right now, a health issue. We are seeing these nagging injuries on some of our players right now. Amari Cooper's foot has been coming along. You guys know he didn't play in the preseason because of it. He's going to probably carry a large workload this week in the passing game. I do expect us mainly to run the ball this week. We're going to try to get back on track, get the Zeke train going, get these touchdowns on the ground and those things. And the reason is we're only carrying 4 receivers this week that are healthy anyways. Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, the 2 that are injured, basically, Tavon Austin and Michael Gallup. Tavon Austin's been out with the concussion. He's been out for about 2 weeks, hasn't practiced or anything. And Michael Gallup is out with the ankle. So he won't be back for another... she's in the beauty room. He won't be back for another couple weeks, but his injury is coming along fairly well. As far as the safety goes, we might have to move some guys around there, as you guys know as well. But with this week coming against the Dolphins, I do expect us to get the run game going again, with us only having 4 receivers on the field. One big statistic that we haven't even got rolling yet is the pass game out of the backfield. Ezekiel Elliott has 2 catches. Michael Pollard has 0. So this is something that we really expected Pollard to be key. We expected them to use Pollard in the pass game a lot, and we haven't seen it yet. So with us only having 4 receivers, we probably will see Ezekiel Elliott and Pollard on the field at the same time. Pollard played a lot of receiver at Memphis and lined up at receiver fairly often. That was one of the things, you guys know my old videos, I was looking at Jalen Hurd. This was prior to the draft. Jalen Hurd was a guy I was really, really hot on. And San Francisco took him late 2nd round, early 3rd round. I can't remember, the pick was 67th or 68th or something like that. But anyways, he was a player that I thought the Cowboys should go after. We ended up getting Pollard, which is really actually fairly similar. He's more of a running back, but also can play some receiver. So we might see that tomorrow. We might have him schemed into the receiver game, since we only are carrying 4 receivers. That's about it for me, guys. Score prediction, I'm gonna go 35-17 again. And actually, I don't think 35-7. Let's make that 35-7. If the Dolphins, we every week we've given up our typical first drive touchdown or second drive touchdown. We let them get on the board first, and then we clean the game up. But I'll go 35-7. I think the Cowboys are definitely capable of putting up 35, but I think with the run game, we keep the clock running. It'll keep the score down a little bit, and another win for the Cowboys. And that we walk into the Saints next week, and that could be totally different. But as you guys know, Drew Brees is down, so that kind of changes things as well. But for the week, I expect the defense to play well. I expect us to get a little rest on our offensive line. Hopefully, we can get some of the secondary guys in there. I think they should have been doing that a little bit more late in the games last week. I still see Zach Martin, Travis Frederick in there. To me, let's get Looney and these guys in there. Have them, at least if they get a couple first downs. 2 first downs will run 5 minutes off the clock, So at some of these games where we've been ahead and we've had the lead, I really, really think they're going to have to start resting these offensive linemen, just because the nagging injuries and stuff like that we've had, these back injuries, those could completely change at any time. So, Cowboy Crunk from Magnolia, Texas. I'm gonna get out of here. I will be live streaming in the living room. 12 o'clock game is too hot here in Houston, Texas to be outside. I'll get back with you guys later. Cowboys